The Tom and Dan Variety Hour is brought to you by Mental Health Awareness Week. And also those weird baby dolls that are like hard plastic and like their bodies are cloth and stuffed, but their hands aren't and their head isn't. It's like hard plastic and their eyes close when you lay them down. A big thanks to both of our sponsors.
How did I get here?
Right, so Tom, you've sent me, when we were talking about the intro for this, fucking hell, I just saw what the title of the video. You told me that when we were talking about the idea for intro for this video, or you just immediately said, I've got this, I want to show you. And what you told me was, it's Mike Pence wishing Garfield. You said it was Mike Pence talking about Garfield.
Garfield, that's all I said, because that is the bones of it. But I saw what might have been a 30-second clip from this video, and I stopped myself from watching the whole thing because I want to watch it with you. But
do you know how long it is?
It is just over 4 minutes long, but
Good
I think it is worth watching the whole thing.
You think?
I think.
You just think.
You're pretty sure.
You're gonna show me. You recommended me a video of Mike Pence, Vice President of the United States, wishing Garfield a happy birthday, and you're bold enough to claim that you're thinking about anything. Okay, so it's 4 minutes. So should we start it together, or we could do a little play-by-play?
Indiana rise.
Here we are.
All right.
Without objection.
I can't see Pence.
There he is.
Okay, here's Mr. Pence. He had to bring that microphone
Without
way down.
He brought that from home.
It's his
it's trouble
microphone.
when there's a fucking card stand next to the microphone.
What the fuck is that? Okay, so it's Mike Pence's assistant. Just pause it real quick, Tom.
Mr. Speaker, as the...
Mike Pence has just brought in his assistant, or someone who works for the government at the highest level. Brought in a big picture. I'd say it's about 2/3 the size of Pence himself, and much wider, of Garfield from the cartoon Garfield. Emerging from a chocolate cake. The pixel quality is very low. It looks like there's candles or maybe a hat on his head.
I think we'll get a better look at the picture later on.
Oh, God willing. So
we'll push in a little bit with the camera, I'm sure. But
Congressman who represents Muncie, Indiana, and Delaware County, home to the most famous cat in the world.
The most famous cat in the world.
I rise today for the
awesome
and important duty to pay a happy birthday wish to Garfield.
So he just paused it again. So he's got like a knowing smirk on his face as he says it.
He's like, these guys are gonna be so impressed that it's Garfield's birthday and that I know it's Garfield's birthday.
Known human rights violator Mike Pence, absolutely wild about Garfield's birthday.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
No, Mike has just said that he's wishing the orange cat, the beautiful Tabby, a very happy
orange
birthday.
cat.
The most famous cat in the world. And I think there's no debate on that.
Well, I mean, I could think of some other famous cats. Cat in the Hat's quite a famous one. There's Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Shit, no, you're right. There's Sylvester.
Yeah, there's lots of famous cats. But I have to agree with Mike on here that Garfield is he's the world's famous cat.
Yeah, I have to agree with old Mike.
Cat,
yeah. Oh man,
I don't agree with much with Mike there, but if there's anything, it's that. Gosh.
Sorry, I just noticed the description for the video just says "What the fuck," which is very.
It does. I didn't see that before. That's great.
Okay, let's start it up again.
Right.
Oh god, what? It's 4 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean. We can cut down the talking a little bit, I guess. We'll get to that. It gets really good. Trust me.
Not President Garfield. But someone probably more famous in this day and age than that. A large, orange, slovenly, lazy cat,
the slovenly, lazy
born
cat
in the mind
Garfield
of an Indiana native by the name of Jim Davis,
than the old president,
who, along with Garfield and literally dozens of artists and artisans, make their home near Muncie, Indiana, the world headquarters of Paws Incorporated.
Paws Incorporated.
It was, in fact, today in 1978 that the Garfield strip debuted in 41 U.S. newspapers. Several months after its launch, the Chicago Sun-Times abruptly canceled the cat.
What the fuck?
And
they
over
canceled Garfield?
What did he do?
Angry readers, it is reported, immediately demanded that Garfield be reinstated.
Fucking really?
It was, as they say,
wait, how...
the rest is history.
Over 1,300 angry readers
1,300
complained and demanded Garfield take his place on the throne again.
How dare you take off my orange cat from the newspaper?
That's my emotional support funny cat who likes to eat the lasagna and hates the Mondays, just like me.
I hate the Mondays, and you're taking away the cat that also hates the Mondays.
You're taking away my representation in the media.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they were thinking about.
I fucking
And today, now, 263 million readers across the globe read Garfield in 2,570 newspapers every day. Recently, the Guinness World Records named this cat, Garfield, the most widely syndicated comic strip in the world.
Wow.
And it all comes proudly from East Central Indiana.
All from Indiana.
You know, it's said that people relate to Garfield because Garfield, in many ways, is them.
Pause it again.
He is a human in a cat suit.
Mike Pence just said that people identify with Garfield because Garfield is them. Garfield is a human in a cat suit. What a great image, Mr. Pence.
Oh god, what if it was just like in one of the comics, just revealed like
just
John just walks into the shower and then like Garfield is just like taking off the cat suit and there's a little man in there.
Oh.
And that's like canon.
It's like one day Odie like licks Garfield and accidentally gets it caught on the zipper of his little cat suit. I figured out Mike Pence's angle on this.
Yeah.
I assume he's representative of Indiana, which is where he's repeatedly stated Garfield was born. I mean, he hasn't said Garfield was born. I gotta say, Mr. Pence, I really appreciate you not using those words when I know you want to. You want to talk about his nativity.
And his conception.
The immaculate virgin birth of Garfield. Born to one man, Mr. Davies.
By God.
Just as Joan of Arc received divine inspiration, so did Jim Davis when he received knowledge of the funny orange cat. But no, so I assume Mr. Pence's reasoning, and I assume he'll get to it at the end, reasoning for this is sort of Indiana pride and talk about the beautiful work that Indiana natives have done.
Yeah. And this is what you chose.
I mean, in fairness, Tom, I do not think I have ever heard anything about Indiana besides Garfield was made there. Have you?
No.
I hate to derail what we're doing. I'm on the Wikipedia page, and it actually, whereas most sort of like news on states, it would say about the economy, what sort of like their trade. So Kansas, for example, it talks a lot about it being the breadbasket of America. There's a lot of farming. It would talk about any rail stations, any particular landmarks, rivers, all that. It actually just says birthplace of Garfield. It doesn't say anything else about Indiana.
Okay, so you're telling me that if I look on the Wikipedia page for Indiana, it's just one sentence long and it says birthplace of Garfield?
Well, no, yeah, that's like the top bit, and then just throughout there's repeated references to Garfield.
Okay, so if you wanted to play the Wikipedia game and you wanted to get anything to do with Garfield, you want to go straight to Indiana, and you're winning. You
want to go straight to Indiana, and from Indiana you can just go back and forth Garfield to Indiana.
Great, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking through. No, there's nothing else. It's just Garfield.
Okay. No state history or anything like that? It's literally just...
No, there's something on the Civil War, but it just says to be announced, which is weird.
Oh, that is strange.
That's very weird, and it says Civil War 2021.
Oh.
So that's not really anything to do with me anyway.
No.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
But maybe Garfield will play a pivotal role.
We can only hope.
We can only hope.
I'm not even looking up Indiana's state flag because I already know what it fucking is. It's this exact picture that Mike Pence has next to his skull. Looking at him.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
What if you were driving into Indiana and you just see that on a fucking sign? I'd turn around.
You just see in the distance as you drive in night, you see orange legs going all the way up to the clouds, walking through the desert.
Yeah.
And the Indiana native with you just says, "Don't worry about it. He watches over us.
He is all around us.
I don't fucking know anything about Indiana. I just said it was desert. I have no fucking clue what it's like. I think I just assume every single state in America
that's fair to assume.
Is in the Mojave Desert. I think that's what I think about America.
Yeah. All right. Okay. If we get back into the video here, we're going to talk about a little bit why Garfield is just so relatable to many Americans.
You know, it's said that people relate to Garfield because Garfield, in many ways, is them. He is a human in a cat suit. His creator, Jim Davis, likes to say. Garfield loves TV and he hates Mondays. He'd rather pig out than work out.
Same.
In fact, his passion for food and sleep is matched only by his aversion to diet and exercise. A cat after my own heart.
Gosh.
He'd like mornings better if they started later. Coffee strong enough to sit up and bark, and he pledges regularly, "I'll rise, but I won't shine."
I didn't realize how relatable Garfield was.
July of 1945 in Marion, Indiana, was raised on a small black Angus cow farm. He graduated from Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana.
That was a little slip. Jim Davis graduated from Ball State University. Nice.
I misheard him a bit there. I thought you said that Garfield graduated with a degree in business.
Valedictorian. Oh God.
Wow.
I really don't like Mike Pence's face. Maybe that's a prejudice I need to overcome. Maybe it's a prejudice I need to embrace. There's a lot of videos in this sidebar about Mr. Pence. I don't want to talk about any of them because they're all very boring and mostly are just about the fly that was on his forehead.
Yeah. Where he majored in art and business, and he is the founder and president of Paws Incorporated, a full-service licensing studio created and established in eastern Indiana. They have received numerous awards, including 4 Emmys, the National Cartoonist Society Award, just to name a few. So I rise today in the midst of serious debates and serious discussions to pay tribute to a very large orange American tradition. Here's Sean bursting out of his birthday cake on this, the 25th anniversary. I'll never forget, Mr. Speaker, as I close, Jim Davis and I first became acquainted 15 years ago. He told me of all the offers he had had through the years to move Garfield.
Again, Mike Pence is associated with Jim Davis.
Yeah, I was just thinking that there's one point of separation between the Trump Association and Garfield. Like,
oh my fucking
one point of separation.
Garfield. Garfield has ties to fascism.
Yep. That's amazing.
Garfield is 1 point away. Also, did Jim Davis pay for Mike Pence to do this? Is that why he's doing this?
Listen, Mike, I need you to do something for me. We're running low in the numbers, and it's Garfield's birthday, and he'd really appreciate it if you go into Congress and just talk about him for like 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. I just read one of the comments says, "This happened during the Iraq War. Let that sink in."
Whoa.
Oh. No.
Congress were like, "Guys, we've got on our plate right now. We really need something to break the ice in today's meeting. Mike, do you have anything?" "Why, yes, I do."
My condolences to all
Jim.
those killed. This Monday.
You know, that makes me hate Mondays. You know who else hates Mondays?
Can we fucking finish this video? We have like tripled the amount of time it's taken to watch this 4-minute vid.
Right. It'll go down in the edit. It'll be right. All right.
I can't imagine it.
That's the end of that video.
He sort of stuttered at the end when he was saying, "Very happy birthday. Congratulations to you and that big, fat, lazy cat." As if he knew what he was saying was a So that was it.
That was it. I love the idea of him being like, and thanks to you and that big, fat, sexy, lazy cat.
Big, voluptuous. Mm.
He's just full of lasagna. Okay.
He should have pulled this out during the Harris debate. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Well, thank you so much, Tom.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad I was able to bring something, anything to this episode.
Yeah, you've brought something.
It was something, huh?
You've brought something. I want to be clear. I'm only saying thank you because I want you to hear it from someone, because you're not going to hear it from any of the listeners.
That's
for
true.
Doing this.
Yeah, and for that I profusely apologize
for this
to them.
Audio crime. We have spent nearly 20 minutes.
About this on the current recording. If you're listening to it, I'm sure it's down, but yeah, I hope, and I'm sorry if it's not. If you're currently at the 18 minutes and 47 minute mark on your recording, I'm sorry.
Tom looking down like I can't cut any of it. It's all audio gold.
I'm just sweating buckets like I can't. It's too good. And then we just end the episode there, because what else can we talk about?
Well, I can think of one thing we can talk about, Tom.
What's that, Dan?
Imaginary friends.
Wow, what on earth do you mean by that?
Well, Tom, I told you when we were planning this episode that the concept for it was going to be imaginary friends.
Yeah.
And I was... it's an interesting new direction. It's an interesting take on imaginary friends. Because what if your imaginary friends were with you every step of the way and never left you and could talk to you and could even take control of your body?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you were saying there sounded quite like normal-ish, and that last thing didn't.
Well, Tom, imagine my surprise when suddenly, before my eyes, I saw a Tulpa community on Reddit.
Uh-huh.
I saw a Tulpa community on Reddit. Sorry.
That's all right.
Anyway, I'm just gonna read you. There's a have you heard of a Tulpa before, Tom?
These are all new words to me.
You've never heard of the idea of a Tulpa? Okay, well, I'll just give you the quick definition.
Okay.
Tulpa is it's quite an old concept, I think. The sort of idea of a tulpa, I think, is ancient, but I think it was only named tulpa in early 20th century, sort of. Mm-hmm. But it means a magical creature that attains corporeal reality, so existence, where it can act and influence things in the world, having been originally merely imaginary.
Right.
So the idea is that you could imagine something so hard it becomes real.
Oh God, does that really happen?
Well, let's find out, because there are. Let me see how many people are on r/tulpas. 33,000 members on r/tulpas.
Right.
Many of whom I assume no longer frequent it regularly at their old accounts, but there.
Yeah. When was the last post on there?
7 hours ago. Yeah, 7 hours ago. There are 95 people online on it.
And you're one of them, Dan.
And I'm one of them. I'm one of these. Oh, no, I tell a lie. 3 minutes ago was the last. Whilst we were wasting our lives.
While we were talking about Mike Pence and Garfield. Yeah.
User here said, could I try to create a tulpa to curb my procrastination issues? Throughout my life, I've been a serial procrastinator, sometimes to the point where it would greatly impact my work. Could I create a tulpa that doesn't procrastinate and is extremely productive? I'm brand new to the idea of tulpas, so I'm just curious.
Well, Dan, it sounds like these little guys can help you in positive ways.
I think they certainly could. And I found a very fun example of that. Someone on this post, and I just want to be clear, that last one I read, I'd never seen it before in my life. It came up 4 minutes ago. The clock just changed on it.
Brilliant.
4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
People are very actively still posting on here. No comments yet, unfortunately.
Yeah. They're the best bit.
Yeah, there's some good ones on here. Actually, there aren't. It's all just the same thing again and again on this one.
Yeah.
But this from 6 years ago, I am worried about making a tulpa, as I am a Christian.
Ah.
I am a Christian, and I believe in faith, the Holy Spirit, and the like. You know, the like.
Etc.
The etc. You know, Christian stuff.
The Bible and Jesus and yada yada yada.
I am considering making a tulpa, but I am concerned that it may distract me from my Christian life and act as a replacement for the Holy Spirit, in brackets, such as asking the tulpa to wake me up at a certain time, instead of the Holy Spirit, close brackets. Do any other Christians here have advice on the matter? Now, I'm sorry to jump so much when I only just told you about tulpas.
Yeah. I feel like I'm being thrown in the deep end here, Dan.
You are being thrown in the deep end. I'm just dropping everyone right into the deepest end and surrounding you as a bunch of imaginary sharks that all just became real before your very mind.
I wish you wouldn't.
Well, it's too late. I want to zero in. I want to laser focus on the line, such as asking the tulpa to wake me up at a certain time.
Right. That's something I also focused on.
Instead of the Holy Spirit. Indicating that this person is already so tight with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
That it just acts as an alarm clock for them.
Hey there. It's Jesus. I just want you to wake up. It's time to get your day started.
Hey, I just care so much about you. There's a million people starving in Yemen. But you're just so important to me. I just need to tell you, you're gonna miss your bus.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss the bus.
Yeah.
Hey, open up.
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
You can see me. You can see me. I'm right in front of you. I'm real. The Holy Spirit's already their tulpa by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of thing. There's theological debate on here that I am not going to humor by reading it out loud, as people it's very generic religion talk. I don't want to go into it, but so a tulpa, essentially, you make it. Let me just get up tulpa.info. You'll create a tulpa by imagining a person in your head and treating them as a person. The exact mechanism is unknown, but as you give a tulpa attention and believe it can be a sentient person, it will grow into one and act independently of you. There's more. But
okay.
I think that gives us quite a lot to chew on and think about and fear. The idea that you could just make a person and then have them fully occupy your mind with you, it's a lot.
I'm just trying to think how I would use this.
It's funny that you question that, because I was actually just looking at, what is a tulpa good for? Okay, what can they do?
Mm-hmm.
The usual reason for creating a tulpa is having them around for companionship, which means that the most important aspect is being able to properly communicate with them. Here's another post from r/tulpas.
Yeah.
And I just want to clarify something. Often on this, people will say at the beginning who is saying it. Sometimes people have multiple tulpas that occupy their mind space. So there can be, this one person has Tomoe, Kenji, and Aiden. So at the start, they put either a T:, a K:, or an A:, to specify who is speaking.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting James McAvoy and Split vibes here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's the post. It is I, Rarity. Rarity. Hello, darlings. For those of you unaware, my host, Cajun Brony, posted here last night about my absence, and after a long night of searching for me in the Wonderland, he found me again. Last night we, quotation marks, kissed and made up. So telling me about this place, I thought I should come here and introduce myself. Feel free to ask any questions that aren't answered in my introduction. I am Rarity, the tulpa, and wife of Cajun Brony, whose real name will not be said to those untrusted. My favourite colours are royal purple, gold, and midnight blue. My favorite food is a salad with a Caesar dressing. I know a martial art known as the white crane, and I love my husband Cajun very, very much.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Rarity before, Tom?
I hate that the name kind of rings a bell, but I don't think I have.
Well, Tom, I'll let you in on who it is, because it rang a bell for me as well. And I looked up, I didn't need to because it's also in the comments here.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked, is your host really so unoriginal that he couldn't come up with an original tulp idea? Sure, using the form of a pre-existing thing is okay, but you seem to have followed shit to the goddamn letter. Way to be unique. And this is from the same user, their tulpa Void, then asks, so why are you married? Rarity, I do not wish to answer your question. Sorry, fuck. Rarity, I do not wish to answer your question. Void then says, wait, which one? Daunted, which is the host, was rude, but his question wasn't mine. Is this possible to follow? Tom, are you able to follow this?
Am I able to follow it? I don't know, Dan. I've just been rubbing my eyes this whole time. I'm really trying to wrap my head around it.
All right, well, we'll hang in there. Yeah. Response.
So let's take some inventory here. So there's a post was made in the comments. There's a conversation, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the conversations are between two finger quotes hosts and their
tulpas.
What was
yes.
tulpas? Yeah.
Yes.
Who is Rarity? Who is that? Who are they? What character are they stealing from what?
Well, do you want me to just read the next bit?
Please do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rarity. Oh, now I see. I apologize, dear. You I will answer, but that ruffian, the host, I want nothing to do with. Now, as to why we are married, we started with dating, and spending so much time with each other, I came to realize that I was in love with my human. I think he realized he loved me long before he created me. Cajun Brony 23, and I just noticed his little user tag that he has on the right says, and his wife Rarity. Okay.
Oh.
Cajun Brony 23 also says, yes, I fell in love with Rarity from the show My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. There's a little more. Tom. It appears Tom has fallen into an abyss and is moaning as he collapses down into himself.
Oh no, Dan! Dan!
There's a little more. I'm just gonna read it. I realized it when I thought about how much I would like to meet someone like her, but never really could. I thought about it and thought, I do in fact love her. It goes a little deeper than that, but it's a long story.
Dan!
Yeah?
Dan, my tummy hurts. Oh, God. Dan, this is about My Little Pony the whole time and I had no idea. It was inside me all along. Oh, God. Ow. Oh, jeez.
We appear to have lost Tom to the endless void of misery created by this.
It was My Little Pony all along.
Was this entrapment, what I just did to you?
I don't know, I'll have to get my lawyer. Oh, jeez. Okay.
All right.
Let me just drink some water. Okay. All right. Let me just stabilize here.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Continue.
Okay. Well, there's some more that Rarity did say on other questions, but yeah, let's go. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Ballistic TNT asks. Ballistic TNT asks whatever he fucking wants. No.
Yeah, exactly. He does whatever the fuck he wants. He is dynamite, baby. Ooh. Go on.
Ooh. Ballistic TNT asks, and I'll just brace yourself again. Ballistic TNT asks, Rarity, when did you start having feelings for C? And what is your sex like for you? Does having sexual intercourse with your tulpa qualify as losing your virginity? I was just asking because, well, I want to know what to consider myself as now. Winky face emoji. Posted by High Voltage. That's fun.
That is fun. That's a fun username.
The
some onomatopoeia in there. Sorry.
And I do want to say, anyone listening at home, sorry. If you are prudish or... I mean, you don't even have to be prudish. You could just have a general sense of decency.
Or you're a fucking virgin.
You don't want to hear... it's not in detail, but...
Am I going to have to list this video as not for kids?
Yes.
Okay.
We can show them the Garfield bit, and that's it.
Yeah, true. And then just the whole rest of the thing is muted.
And then we throw it into the fire, and we say, that was it, there's no more. Hey,
no, that was it.
You look at me, stop listening to it, look at me. There's nothing wrong in this world. There's just Mike Pence and his love for that fat orange cat.
Which, by the way, I was thinking about this earlier. Garfield, technically, if you look at the books, is an imaginary friend. In more than one way.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you could easily say that John is... Fuck, no, that's true.
Yeah.
John...
I didn't want to get into a whole conspiracy thing about Garfield and John being insane and he's just imagining Garfield and he has OT to cope. Like, that's his... But
the thing is, because John reacts to Garfield's thoughts. It's the most constant way of any sort of communication. Yeah. And, oftentimes John doesn't understand or doesn't listen to what Garfield is thinking, but very often he does react, usually in a negative way, to what Garfield fucking... Oh, my God.
Yeah, he literally reads his mind.
John can hear Garfield's thoughts because Garfield's not fucking real!
But OT is, and OT doesn't speak to John. He just barks like a normal dog, which means OT's real, right?
Are you saying OT?
Is it Odie?
It's Odie.
Okay.
You fucking idiot. Mike Pence would be furious with you.
I know, I'm sorry.
For so many reasons.
I really want Mike Pence to like me, so that's going to be a problem for me. I retract that. I will edit it out. I'm sorry.
A little more on Tulpa sex.
Yeah.
Sorry. So this is Tony0126. I don't think this counts as doxing because these are just Reddit accounts.
Yep.
Sorry, dude. As far as I'm concerned, that's just masturbation. Tulpa sex is vastly different from the real thing. OP replies, fair enough. I suppose that does make sense. Smiling emoji. Oh, also, I'd ask, how was it for you two? If you'll want to share, that is. Honestly. Incredible. Smiley face. That's good. Glad to hear.
Okay.
Another user says, Twilight. That, as in, the Tulpa is speaking. Sorry, dude. You're just having a wank. It doesn't count. Okay, I don't want to be too mean to these people. But
no, of course
this is really funny. The bottom comment on this post is, I think that more accurately qualifies as doubling your virginity.
Even if you've had sex with a real person, if you then have sex with your fucking imaginary friend, you get it back.
Your imaginary friend has been holding on to it for you all this time. Another post, Tulpa sex, not a post about it in 2 months, and I figure I'd do the honors. Opinions? Christ alive.
Yeah, I've been looking around this r/Reddit thing here, but not a lot of you guys are talking about fucking them. I think we should start talking about fucking them again.
There's not enough talk about having sex with your tulpa. I've just Googled, no, I haven't Googled, I just searched on r/tulpas. I just searched sex. Oh wow. I'm just gonna rattle off some. Yeah. What do tulpas do when their host is having sex or masturbating? Should I use protection with... Sorry, this is the way they've worded it. Should I use protection when having sex with your tulpa? Should I use protection when having sex with your tulpa?
Don't have sex with my tulpa.
Hey,
that's
fucking
mine.
nerd, I'm gonna fuck your tulpa. There's nothing you can do about it.
You've described them to me, and I'm gonna picture them, and then I'm gonna... I'm gonna fuck your imaginary friend, Darren.
Do tulpas have sexual needs? Tulpasexuality, ? Cersei's sex AMA, not safe for work. Cersei's sex AMA, part 2! Scared to let my tulpa do anything sexual. Can I get Oh my god, I just said, can I get pregnant?
Well,
can I get pregnant?
Yeah, keep doing that. We might go viral, you know?
Yeah, that's how the others do it. Can I get pregnant by a tulpa? And then in brackets, in the Wonderland. Now, I think Listen. Here on this show, I think I've gotten more in-depth on tulpas than I hope anyone who is listening at home will ever have thought to know.
Yeah, please let this be as deep as you go with them.
We're not going to get into what the Wonderland is.
Oh, Dan, it's so...
I'm not going to get into what the Wonderland is. For one very good reason. I don't know. And I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I am standing on top of the iceberg, and I am marveling at how much of it is above the water. I am making a very conscious effort not to look beneath the water at the rest of the iceberg.
That's a good idea. And I second it as your co-host, friend, colleague, and roommate. Please don't.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How to have satisfying tulpa sex, and this has been tagged skill help.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to have a quick look.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not reading any of this.
Okay.
I just want to specify, these all range from 2 months ago to 4 months ago to 3 days ago.
In 2020.
In 2020.
Is there not enough going on that you had to come online?
Is there not enough pain? God, Lord.
Okay, Dan, while I've got you here in this little between zone,
trapped.
I wanted to, while I've trapped you,
we've got each other trapped in this in our own Wonderland.
Yeah,
look.
In our own Wonderland.
Wait, Tom. Is it too late to change the podcast to Dan and Tom's Wonderland? Is it too late to change the name?
We can call this episode that. Yeah, sure. Wait, what about Garfield's Wonderland?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what workshopping's for.
Perfect.
Okay.
Anyway, give me your what do you have? Give me some distraction from tulpa sex.
Like you'll like this then. Okay, so while I've got you here in Garfield's Wonderland, the place we call home.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you. You told me that this episode was going to be about imaginary friends, and I just thought, we'd have a talk about whether Dan, whether you've ever had an imaginary friend throughout your life.
Ooh.
Not necessarily one you do have sex with and takes over your body. Not that kind of imaginary friend.
Oh,
the wholesome kind. All right. The one that you play hide and seek with in the playground, or you talk about your feelings with. That kind of imaginary friend.
I have vivid memories of I want to get this right. I think I've lived 4 houses with my parents. We moved a lot when I was 4, so this was either the second or the third house we lived in. I have very vivid imaginary memories of a clown standing at the end of the hallway whilst about 9 o'clock at night, and also was in the closet. Wardrobe. What the fuck am I? But it was more like a closet because it was built in to the room itself. Standing there. Sometimes there'd be 2 of them, one poking its head out of the wardrobe, one poking its head from around at the end. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
What about you?
It's fine. I thought I thought it'd be funny.
He pied the other one in the face. And then he pied the other one in the face, and then he fell, and then they both fell over and shit themselves. These 2 clowns with massive fangs came into my room, scratched at the walls, and then they fell over and shit themselves.
Okay, there we go.
And I clapped and I laughed, and my mum and my dad definitely didn't have to both come into the room to calm me down.
There we go.
That definitely never happened.
There's the funny stuff for this comedy podcast. See, Dan, sometimes I tee you up, and you've just got to hit the ball as hard as you can.
I think I hit it pretty fucking hard.
You hit it hard, went over and kind of looked at the ball for a second, and then threw it again. That's what you did.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tell me all about your imaginary... What was your imaginary friend, Tom?
That was Stan. That was seamless. That was wonderful. My imaginary friend. I don't know. I didn't really have like a friend. I sort of Did you ever have that thing where you were like sat in the car and you'd look out the window and you'd imagine something moving alongside the car with you, like just a creature or like a character or something.
Like Bruce Willis in Fast and the Furious 3, like that. Tom, the call cut out. I couldn't hear you laughing.
I wasn't laughing, Dan, because I was deathly silent, because you just said Bruce Willis was in Fast and the Furious.
Let's move on. So, I would always just, me and my sister would race raindrops a lot.
Okay. Yeah, well.
That was my main thing, and then sometimes I'd do it by myself, and I just watch them, and I'd imagine that they were all their own people, and that they were all doing their own thing.
That's nice.
But no, you had your imaginary friend was like a man running alongside your car.
Kinda. When you say man, the Human Torch from the Fantastic Four.
Your imaginary friend was the Human Torch from the Fantastic Four.
The Human Torch from the Fantastic Four would fly up in the sky and like close to the car and through trees and around lampposts, and it was just really, really cool to watch. And I'm really glad that he did that for me. He would incinerate it all, and he would leave nothing but ash and charred bodies in his wake. And that was just really nice for like a 9-year-old me to just picture outside my car window.
A 9-year-old pyromaniac Tom Bailey.
And I haven't said anything like since.
Of course you haven't, sweetie. One last post, just to bring us home. Need help removing tulpa, and that's in quotation marks. Hello, I was a tulpa that switched with my host, but he refuses to leave. How do I remove him? I feel I am justified in this act. There's a stickied comment from a mod of r/tulpas, and they say, why can't you change things without killing him? This subreddit will not help you to harm him. This thread is being locked and removed. And you can see often when mods type things and then delete things and edit it, there's like a line through it. And there is a line through this thread is being locked and removed, and written just after it says reopened. But we will not allow discussions of ways of getting rid of the host.
Oh my gosh, that's...
Hey, r/tulpas, how do I kill this guy?
Oh, I feel like I should laugh, but I also feel like we should try and help them.
Yeah. This is the point, I think, where we need to just clarify something. In the sidebar of r/tulpas, and if you're going to take anything away from this, take this away. Well, not this, what I'm going to say after. What is a tulpa? A tulpa is a mental companion created by focused thought and recurrent interaction, similar to an imaginary friend. However, unlike them, tulpas possess their own will, thoughts, and emotions, allowing them to act independently. So is this like schizophrenia, multiple personality disorder, / dissociative identity disorder? Not at all. Schizophrenia and DID, formerly called MPD, and still called MPD in some areas outside the US, are disorders characterized by clinically significant distress, dysfunction, or danger. I gotta say, it does just sound like they are like fast-tracking themselves and giving themselves a form of schizophrenia.
It does seem like that.
It does absolutely sound that. So if you're gonna, dear listener, you're gonna take anything away from today, don't make a tulpa.
You can have like an imaginary friend, someone like maybe a fictional character that you relate to, and you maybe find themselves talking to them or whatever. That's fine. It's
you can talk to yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Bring yourself up. That's the best thing. Talk to other people, which is maybe
and
better.
Dan, this is a wonderful tie because it genuinely, as of recording this, it is Mental Health Awareness Week, which is a very funny and wacky subject we chose today. It is for this time especially. It is important to if you have thoughts of like another voice in your head, someone who doesn't feel like you is doing things externally, tell someone you love, someone who loves you, and if necessary, help is good. That's a bold take. Yeah. Help is good. But, we here at the Tom and Dan Variety Hour, want you to be safe.
Here at the Tom and Dan Variety Hour, working title Tom and Dan's Wonderland, we are absolutely wild about people being open with their mental health, seeking out help for it, and supporting other people who are dealing with it. And remember as well, not to overstretch yourself with anything. There is no shame in asking for help, for looking for help, or even just trying to find out if you need help. You have absolutely nothing to lose by just going to a therapy
session. And
like
I can say firsthand that professional help works a charm. It really does.
As someone, and also as someone else who has had, I don't know if it was called counselling or therapy or what, someone who has seen someone and talked about things that are bad, it is incredible. It is really good. I'd recommend it to anyone, even if you feel like you're not going through anything.
It's good to just ground yourself via an external something, anything. A friend, a loved one, or a professional, anything.
Exactly. I think one of the worst things that people do for their mental health, and obviously I'm no scholar on it, but I mean, I know it's a bad thing, is keeping it all inside their own head.
Which is, I think, what we find
Which is exactly.
Yeah.
It's keeping it inside your own head, and because that will lead to you not having any real clarity on what is, I guess in a sense, I know that I often stress or worry about things or get too caught up in my own head, and as soon as I talk to them, to anyone else, the issue, whatever it is, seems so much more solvable. Or if I worry that I'm being too dramatic about something, and I'm thinking that to myself, just telling someone else about the issue and them saying, no, that's very reasonable for you to think that, helps so much. The worst thing you can do for your stress, which is a huge cause of mental health issues, is just to talk to somebody else.
And on that, what I'll do in the description of this YouTube video, and whether this ever goes up on Spotify, I'm not sure how you find the description per se. What I'll do is I'll link some resources down below, and hotlines and things like that, because as we said before, professionals and things like that are beyond good resources. End of what I was saying.
That's everything.
Dan, I think that's our show. We want to thank you for listening, for coming on this wild ride with us.
We want to thank Mike Pence.
Mike Pence in
particular.
For the
first time ever.
Anyone who has a podcast at all will thank Mike Pence for the first time right now. You're listening to it. It's coming at you. Thank you, Mike Pence.
Want to thank Jim Davis for making the big, fat, orange, voluptuous
all-American
kitty cat. The all Indiana cat.
The heart of Indiana.
I wish Garfield could be real.
I wish Garfield could be real too.
If only there was a way he could be real, but there isn't.
No, there isn't. There isn't a way for us both, me and you, Dan, right now, imagining as hard as we can, and maybe you'll come real. There isn't a way, but that's how we end our show, is me and you both imagining hard enough that Garfield will be real.
I feel like right now we are at a fork in the road, and down one is promoting good values about mental health, and the other one is Garfield, imaginary friend.
Garfield real, please?
Garfield real? Garfield real? ?
Garfield will be real in 2021. That's what we have to look forward to.
Very last thing, thank you so much to Rosie for doing the art for the...
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah. Rosie at Lazy Disco, right, on Instagram. Fucking legend. Our art is really cool and way higher quality than we deserve right now.
We deserve it. We are acting like...
It's really fucking cool. You can follow her at Lazy Disco on Instagram. There might be a full stop in there somewhere, but you'll know her when you see her because her work is fantastic and we can't recommend her enough.
She did our podcast cover art? Logo? What the fuck is it?
Logo, cover art, album cover.
Our flag.
Our country's
national flag.
Yeah.
The Tom and Dan's Wonderland.
Yeah.
The most corrupt theocracy in the world.
But advocates for good mental health.
Yes.
But,
exactly.
Nothing else.
There is a negative correlation between the quality of the art for this podcast and the content. And that, especially because we're going to end it with this real puzzler.
Yeah.
This comes from Masol, the producer, on r/Tulpas.
Okay.
If you're fighting someone, do your Tulpas fight their Tulpas?
My name's Tom.
I'm Dan.
Yeah, and this has been the Tom and Dan Variety Hour, working title, Tom and Dan's Wonderland.
Happy birthday, Garfield.
Happy birthday, Garfield. We'll see you later.
It's not now. It was like July. Bye.
Bye.